How the Camel Got Its Hump was written by Rudyard Kipling. He was born on December 30th, 1865 in Mumbai, India. He was educated in England but returned to India in 1882. And his famous works were, as we all are familiar, that is the Jungle Book, then Genga Din and all. And he was even the recipient of the highest prize in literature, that is a Nobel Prize for Literature, and he was awarded the same in 1907, and he passed away in 1936. How the Camel Got Its Hump. In the beginning, when the world was new and the animals were just beginning to work for man, there was a camel, and he lived in the middle of a howling desert because he did not want to work. He ate sticks and thorns and prickles, and when anybody spoke to him, he said hump, just hump and no more. Here we can see when the world had just begun and the animals had just started working for humans, there was, there was one lazy camel who did not want to do anything and said nothing except hump. Whenever anyone spoke to him, he used to say only the word hum. And he lived in the middle of a howling desert. Howling desert means a desert where you hear howling noises of both animals and the wind. So this camel was living in the middle of a howling desert because he had no intention of working, and he used to feed himself on sticks, thorns and prickles. Presently, the horse came to him on Monday morning with a saddle on his back and said, Camel, oh camel, come out and trot like the rest of us. Hump, said the camel, and the horse went away and told the man. Presently, the dog came to him with a stick in his mouth and said, Camel, oh camel, come and fetch and carry like the rest of us. Hump, said the camel, and the dog went away and told the man. Presently the ox came to him with a yoke on his neck and said, Camel, oh camel, come and plow like the rest of us. Hump, said the camel, and the ox went away and told the man. Here we can see one Monday morning what happened. First, the horse visited the camel, and the horse was having a saddle on his back. A saddle means a seat on the back of a horse or any other animal for riding, and typically it will be made of leather and raised at the front and rear. So the camel was laying over there, and the horse came there having a saddle on his back and asked him to trot like everyone else. Trot means run at moderate pace with short steps, that is called trot. So the camel replied by saying, Hump. The horse went to the man and reported this to him. Similarly, the dog came to the camel with a stick in his mouth and asked the camel to come and bring back things like them. The camel again replied with the same hump. The dog told all this to the man. Then again, another animal came, that is, the ox. The ox went to the camel with a yoke on his neck. A yoke means a wooden cross piece that is fastened over the necks of two animals and attached to the plow or cart that they are to pull. That is called a yoke. So, the ox was having a yoke on his neck and asked him to plow like the rest of them. And not surprisingly, the camel replied to the ox with the same hump. The ox, like the other two, went to the man and told him everything. At the end of the day, the man called the horse, the dog, and the ox together and said, Tree, oh tree, I'm very sorry for you, but that hump thing in the desert can't work, or he would have been here by now. So I am going to leave him alone, and you must work double time to make up for it. So at the particular day's end, that is on that Monday morning or Wednesday evening, the man, that is a human being, who is a master of these animals, called all the three of them, that is, the horse, the dog, and the ox. And he told the three that he felt sorry for them, as they would have to do the work all by themselves and would have to double their shifts for completing it. And they have to do this because the hump thing, that is the camel, can't work, or else he would have been there with them. So now the human being, the man, has given all the tasks to these animals, that is the horse, the dog, and the ox. That made the three very angry, and they held a panchayat on the edge of the desert. And the camel came chewing cud and laughed at them. The three means the ox, the horse, and the dog. They were very angry hearing the suggestion given by the human being, and they held a panchayat on the edge of the desert, and the camel came there chewing cud and laughed at them. So upon hearing that they would have to work double time, the three animals got annoyed, and they conducted a panchayat on the border of the desert, and that time the camel arrived chewing the cud. Then he said hump and went away again. Presently there came along the jinn who was in charge of all deserts, rolling in a cloud of dust. Jinn of all deserts, said the horse, is it right for anyone to be idle? Certainly not, said the jinn. Well, said the horse, there is a thing in the middle of your desert with a long neck and long legs, and he hasn't done a stroke of work since Monday morning. He won't trot. Whew, said the jinn, whistling. That's my camel. What does he say about it? He says hump, and he won't blow, said the ox. Very good, said the jinn. I will hump him if you will kindly wait a minute. So we know the camel made fun of the three animals, and he said the same dialogue, hump, and he left. The very next moment, who came there? The jinn of all deserts. The jinn means a spirit that has strange powers and can assume any form, either human being or animal. That is called a jinn. So he came there, and he is a jinn of all deserts, and he arrived rolling in a cloud of dust. The horse asked the jinn if it was okay for someone to spend all their time doing nothing. The jinn said it was not right. The horse further gave him a description that about the camel, and told him that the creature with a tall neck and long legs. So these are the adjectives that are used for the camel, with a tall neck and a long legs, and who lived in the center of the desert, had not done any work since Monday morning, and that he won't even trot. The jinn was quite surprised on hearing this, and tells the three that he knows the camel, and asks him about his attitude towards work. The ox told him that he does not even plow and says only hump. Whenever they used to go and talk to him, he used to say only the word hump. The jinn understood and took the situation in his hand, and asked the tree to wait till he handled the camel. This is the first part of how the camel got its hump, and I hope you have understood up to this. Thank you for watching.